Hello students, welcome to our today's lesson. Today we shall start a new chapter of class 11 physics, chapter number 5, named as laws of motion. So here basically these laws we deals with the Newton's laws of motion. I think all of you already know about the Newton's law, that there are three laws of Newton's. Three law given by Newton. First law, second law and third law. So before the discussion of Newton's law, we have to know about dynamics and about force, then inertia and types of inertia. So let's start. So first we have to know what is dynamics. Listen carefully. The branch of physics that deals with study of the motion of body by taking into consideration its cause is known as dynamics. I repeat, the branch of physics that deals with study of the motion of body by taking into consideration its cause is known as dynamics. So in the previous unit, kinematics, we have studied about the position, velocity and acceleration of object. We saw that uniform motion needed only the concept of velocity and the concept of acceleration is required for non-uniform motion. We were not concerned with the origin of force. Let us look at some examples from our daily life. Suppose running of a car on a road, flying of a kite, walking on a road, etc. So the question is, what causes the motion of bodies? In this chapter, we shall find the answer. In the branch of dynamics, we deals with study of the motion of body taking into consideration its cause. So I am writing here the definition for dynamics. So the branch of physics that deals with study of the motion of body by taking into consideration its cause is known as dynamics. Clear? Now next topic is force. So in single word we can represent force is equals to push or pull. Okay. Suppose we have one body having mass m. So if we push this body from this side, then it will move in this direction. Clear? Now if we pull this from backward side, then what is the direction for second case? It will move in this direction. Okay. So basically force means push or pull. So let's consider some examples from our daily life experiences. A football at rest on the ground can be set into motion by kicking it. A cricket player can stop the motion of the cricket ball by applying external effort on it. And a batsman can change the direction of the ball anywhere. From these examples, we can say that an external effort is required to change the state of an object. This external effort is the force. But Is it necessary that force would always change the state of an object? The answer is no. Thus, force is a push or pull which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of uniform motion or direction of motion of any object. Clear? Okay. Now, our next topic is inertia. So, what is inertia? Inertia is the inherent property of the body which opposes any change in the state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line. So, I am writing here. Inertia is the inherent property of the body which opposes any change in the state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line. Okay, consider two bodies. One is heavier than the other. So, consider one body having mass capital M and another body having mass small m. Okay, consider two bodies. One is heavier than the other. To move these bodies from their position, we need to apply a greater force on the heavier body. It means heavier body resists more to change in its state of rest than the lighter body. So, suppose to move a distance, suppose this amount of distance for heavier body and for this light body. So, in which case we need more force for heavier body. Okay. So, we need to apply a greater force on the heavy body. It means heavier body resists more to change in its state of rest than the lighter body. So, hence, mass is a measure of inertia. Okay. So, mass is a measure of inertia. So, mass is a measure of inertia. Now, there are three types of inertia. So, there are three types of inertia. Number one is inertia of rest. Number one is inertia of rest. Number two is inertia of motion. Number two is inertia of motion. And number three is inertia of direction. Number three is inertia of direction. Okay. Now, we have to discuss about the details of inertia of rest, inertia of motion and inertia of direction. So, now we are discussing types of inertia. So, again, listen carefully. First, inertia of rest. So, for this, we can take this example. When a bus starts suddenly, the passenger tends to fall backward. Okay. When a bus starts suddenly, the passengers tend to fall backward because their lower portion of the body moves with the bus, but the upper portion of the body, due to property of inertia of rest, tends to remain stationary and hence fall backward. Okay. And second example, if a carpet is beaten with a stick, the carpet comes in motion, but the dust particles due to inertia of rest remains at rest and fall down. Okay. Example number 3. When the branch of a tree is shaken, it comes into motion, while the fruits, due to inertia of rest, get detached from the branch and fall down. Clear? So, these examples are for inertia of rest. To understand inertia of rest, we can take help of these examples. Okay. Now, the inertia of motion. For this, when a bus stops suddenly, the passengers tend to fall forward. When a bus stops suddenly, the passengers tend to fall forward because their lower portion of the body comes to stop with the bus, but the upper portion, due to inertia of motion, tends to move forward. Okay. Number 2, while getting out of a moving bus, passengers may fall down in forward direction because his feet comes to rest immediately, but the upper body, due to inertia of motion, continues to remain in motion. So, he falls in the forward direction. And number 3, example number 3, an athlete covers a certain distance before taking a long jump to add up the velocity at the time of jump. Also, he needs to apply less force at the time of jump as he was in the state of motion while running. So, these are the examples for inertia of motion. Now, inertia of direction. So, it is the inherent property of a body to oppose any change in its state of direction. Examples: when the wheel of a cycle rotates, the mud sticking to the wheel flies off tangentially due to inertia of direction. I repeat, when the wheel of a cycle rotates, the mud sticking to the wheel flies off tangentially due to inertia of direction. Example number 2, when a car takes a sharp turn, the passengers experiences a jerk in the outward direction because they tend to maintain their original direction of motion due to inertia of motion. Okay. So, this first property, that means inertia of rest, it is the inherent property of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest. Okay. And for this, it is the inherent property of a body to oppose any change in its state of motion. And for third one, it is the inherent property of a body to oppose any change in its state of direction. Clear? So, this is state of rest, this is state of motion, and this is state of direction. And examples we already discussed. So, that's all for today. In next class, we will discuss about the 3 laws of Newton's. Newton's first law, Newton's second law, and Newton's third law. Thank you all.